spoiler warning for WandaVision episodes 1 through 5. Hello, I'm the Infinity Through Quick Spin-off enthusiast, and WandaVision episode 5 was the best so far. So many surprises and a very interesting ending. I'll be covering some things you missed and my review of this episode in this video. Here is my WandaVision episode 5 review and analysis, and get ready for a 2.5 minute long intro. As always, let's start with my notes. The first thing I have is that the Westview part of this episode was filmed in a 16:9 aspect ratio. Definitely my favorite aspect ratio because it is in full screen. Finally, out of that 4:3 and 21:9, now you can see WandaVision's full glory. It touches the corners and everything. Man, I love 16:9. Another thing I have in my notes is about this scene.
Why won't you do what I want?
It suggests that Wanda is in control, and she knows it. What she doesn't know is why she can't control her kids. Agnes is
Here, and I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
It's a very interesting choice of words. I think she knows more than we think she does. And when it comes to Agnes, you've always got to be on the lookout for hidden meanings in our lines. Another great example of this is another thing from my notes, which is this scene.
Should we just take it from the top?
Again, Agnes seems to know too much. Just like, again, the next thing from my notes, which is this scene.
Kids. Can't control them. No matter how hard you try.
Agnes seems to have experience with trying to control kids, and yet again, she seems to know way too much. Something's up with Agnes over here. Episode 5 is heavily based off of the shows Full House, Family Ties, and Growing Pains. A question from this episode is, what does Hayward have against Wanda and vice versa? There's definitely some history there. It's only been 3 weeks, but in the time between Endgame and WandaVision, something could have definitely have happened. Fun fact, the scene where Wanda is getting Vision's corpse from its storage facility was actually the original Endgame post-credit scene. Marvel had to pull the scene because they felt Endgame needed to be more of an ending, so it didn't have a post-credit scene. The Kiss the Cook sign is actually the same sign from the show Family Ties. I think that's pretty fun. Sparky is actually the name of Vision's synthezoid dog from the Vision comic book series by Tom King. I think what Vision actually meant by saying, "We are usually so much of the same mind," is that he and Wanda both have a strong connection to the Mind Stone. It gave both of them their powers, and it's literally Vision's mind. Thanks to Jimmy Woo, Darcy finally got her coffee this episode. So happy that they make such a good team, especially with Monica back now. Darcy calls Wanda's bubble the Hex because of its hexagonal shape. But Hex is also another word for spell. The MCU is finally starting to call magic magic. They can do that now because they've already achieved the highest grossing film of all time and they're sitting on loads of cash. So they can start being. It's safe to start being more comic book accurate. Also, Wanda's magic in the comics is commonly referred to as hex magic or chaos magic. I honestly can't wait until they finally call it the Scarlet Witch. Wanda's magic changes things permanently, meaning if she took the hex to a global scale, all of Earth would become her personal little sitcom reality. Forever, even if it broke. Unless there was another form of magic that could reverse the effects before Far From Home comes around. Or at the same time as Far From Home. Wait. This will be a setup for Multiverse of Madness. Marvel, you always find a way to connect everything. Well, except for the TV shows. I'm still waiting for a quick spin-off to tie them in. Don't think I haven't forgotten Marvel. I will stand by the quick spin-off movement until Marvel actually gives it to us. Or I'll just find a way to do it myself. Make $1 billion or so, work at Marvel for a little bit, pitch the show, and produce it on Disney+. It's harder than it sounds, but don't think I haven't forgotten. Anyway, Vision awakens Norm, bringing back Abilash Chandon. What you may not know about this scene is that it was referenced in episode 4 on Jimmy Woo's board, before it happened in the universe. That was probably just some setup, some set mix-up or storyboard mix-up, but it was there. When Wanda goes back to her regular 21x9 MCU Earth 199999 reality, she starts talking to the story agents, but not the way she's talking in her show. Instead, her Sokovian accent is actually starting to come back, meaning we are definitely going to see the Scarlet Witch soon. At least, I think that's what it means. It, of course, could just mean that she's tired of hiding, like she said earlier. Lagos brand paper towels are the most absorbent paper towels around. Or are they? Lagos is, of course, the place where Wanda accidentally started a civil war. Well, she was part of the reason. There's a whole story with the Zemo got in there somehow, and there was the whole thing with Bucky. So, and the Sokovia Accords. She caused these Sokovia Accords, basically. Yeah, there's a whole story. Point is, she accidentally killed a few innocent people while trying to stop some bad guy, and she's still feeling guilty about it. At the end of the commercial, the Lagos commercial, there is a bit of a drip sound, showing how Wanda feels about what happened in Lagos. She thinks the blood's still spilling. Wanda tells Billy and Tommy that they can't rush aging or reverse death, yet she did both of these herself. She rushed through the decades, the 50s, 60s, 70s, now the 80s, and she reversed death with Vision. She's got some going on with her. I don't know what yet, but I intend to find out. Probably just grief, though. Speaking of grief, at the end of this episode, we get to see Pietro Maximoff. That's right. Oh, you didn't see that comes back. Well, sort of. This isn't the Pietro we know from Age of Ultron. In fact, this Pietro was actually played by the actor who played Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men movies, Evan Peters. He was actually heavily rumored to be in the show, but we didn't know anything about his role until now. This will definitely play out in a very interesting way. Before we get into the review, I would like to say that I'm launching a sort of YouTube podcast on March 1st. I will just be talking about fandom and life and stuff. It'll be on Mondays, so make your Mondays less boring and subscribe to ITUR, Infinity Theorist Unscripted Rants. Link to that channel is in the description with all the other links. Hey, while you're down in the description, let me tell you about Infinity 600, a project for a world record. Would you like to take part in that? If you would, sign up. It's completely free, and you'll be in the longest video on YouTube. 600 people, 600 hours, we can do this. 1 hour, each person contributes 1 hour of film for, and there's 600 people, each contributing 1 hour of film to make a 600-hour YouTube video, making it the longest video on YouTube. So, we can do this. Come on. Full rules are in the website in the description. And there's 2 more things in the description, my live channel and my Instagram. I will be posting video updates, stream reminders, and just fun stuff on my Instagram. And if you want to see some fandom fun live, subscribe to my live channel for that nearly every Saturday. There you go. Monday, ITUR. Wednesday, a normal video. Saturday, a live stream. And Instagram, just, well, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and whenever I feel like it. Now, I will actually review WandaVision. This is what you clicked for, people. Okay, so as always, let's start with the title review. This episode is called On a Very Special Episode. I really like how this title sets up the episode. It's very mysterious and adds to the suspense. Great title. It reveals the perfect amount of information about this episode. I'll give it a 91 out of 100. As for the actual episode, I absolutely loved it. All the sitcom references, Baby Vision and sword scenes, what's not to love? And yes, I said Baby Vision as a joke. Those pictures were hilarious. Anyway, yeah, it had its fair share of great moments. Sparky was a good doggo. What? Was that actually in my... Why is that actually in my script? Anyway, Vision was starting to realize something's wrong. Agnes is trying to trick everyone as always. And Wanda is just trying to keep her reality together. I'll give this episode a solid 97 out of 100. Still a little bit of room for improvement, but it is very little. That averages out to 94 out of 100. Great score. Alright, so if you want, so you can watch another video by clicking the top left, top right, and bottom left corners of the screen. But before you do that, subscribe by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen, and click the bell on the little, where the subscribe button is, on the red one, so you can be notified when I upload more videos like this. And also subscribe to my other channels so you can see those videos, and follow my Instagram, subscribe, sign up for Infinity 600, and that is everything I have for today. Goodbye, YouTube.